And I was told by a good authority that they'll never stop. They have too big an investment in me now. Now, I have been under surveillance for many years now, maybe for the last 10 years. And I'm sure if these men didn't find anything against me.
In the vibrant hustle and bustle of early 1900s New York, a hidden world thrives beneath the surface of everyday life. Unseen criminal masterminds, their intellect as sharp as their tactics are ruthless, manipulate the system to build empires in the shadows. In today's True Crime Rediscovery, we explore the life of one such mastermind, Meyer Lansky. Nicknamed the mob's accountant, Lansky's life is a fascinating blend of business savvy and ruthless strategy, illustrating how the lines between legitimate business and illegal enterprise can blur. From humble origins to becoming a central figure in organized crime, Lansky's path is a captivating narrative of ambition and shrewdness. Born as Maier Suchowljansky in Grodno, now Belarus, in 1902, Meyer Lansky immigrated with his family to New York City's Lower East Side in the year 1911. Like many immigrant families in the early 20th century, the Lanskys faced significant hardship and poverty. However, even as a young boy, Meyer displayed a keen intellect and a natural talent for mathematics, skills that would eventually prove invaluable down the line. Lansky's formative years were heavily influenced by his relationships with other street children, notably Benjamin Bugsy Siegel, who would later become a close confidant and partner. Bugsy would go on to become a notorious figure in organized crime, known for his charismatic personality. Their enduring bond, forged in shared ambition and a desire to escape poverty through illicit means, would last decades.
He's pouring his love and the positive side of his feelings and emotions into trying to make some redemption of his son's life. And then he's criminal.
Beginning with petty crime, Lansky quickly earned a reputation for his sharp mind, while Siegel was known for his audacity, strength, and bravery. Together, they formed the Bugs and Meyer mob, a notorious gang that rose to prominence during the Prohibition era. The onset of Prohibition in 1920 presented a unique opportunity for Lansky and his associates. Recognizing the lucrative opportunities in the illegal alcohol trade, Lansky organized operations that rivaled those of the more established Irish and Italian gangs. His keen understanding of logistics and finance allowed him to build a bootlegging empire, while Siegel's muscle ensured their operations were protected from rivals. As Prohibition ended in 1933, Lansky smoothly shifted his focus to the gambling industry. His insistence on honest dealings within his gambling operations earned him a rare reputation for integrity in a world rife with deceit. He successfully launched and oversaw a series of profitable casinos in New York, New Orleans, and Florida, maintaining a strict policy of fairness and employing only trustworthy personnel. This era marked Lansky's evolution from a street-smart gangster to a cunning financial strategist. His knack for laundering money and concealing illegal gains in Swiss bank accounts, facilitated by the 1934 Swiss Banking Act, showcased his innovative thinking and foresight. He even went so far as to acquire his own offshore bank, solidifying his reputation as the mob's accountant. During the 1930s and 1940s, Lansky's strategic mind and growing influence propelled a period of substantial expansion. His alliance with Charles "Lucky" Luciano played a crucial role in establishing the National Crime Syndicate, a formidable coalition of Italian and Jewish mobsters who coordinated their illicit activities throughout the United States. World War II highlighted Lansky's remarkable adaptability. He cooperated with the U.S. government in Operation Underworld, a program designed to safeguard the New York waterfront against potential Nazi sabotage. Lansky's capacity to leverage his criminal network for national security purposes demonstrated his versatility and the extent of his influence in both the underworld and legitimate circles. After the war, Lansky's influence extended beyond American borders. In the late 1940s, he set his sights on Havana, Cuba, where he formed a profitable alliance with Cuban dictator Fulgencio Batista. Lansky poured significant investments into Havana's casinos, transforming the city into a gambling paradise and amassing even greater wealth than ever before. In 1946, the Havana Conference was held where Lansky and top mobsters from across the United States gathered to discuss their future ventures. However, this same conference led to the assassination of Lansky's childhood friend, Benjamin Siegel. Siegel's death was a crucial moment in Meyer Lansky's life and the broader history of organized crime. He had been Lansky's childhood friend and close associate after all, but their relationship took a fatal turn over the Flamingo Hotel project in Las Vegas. So how did this happen? Let's back up a bit. The Flamingo Hotel embodied Bugsy Siegel's ambition and the mafia's venture into the growing Las Vegas gambling scene. Siegel had persuaded his East Coast associates, including Lansky, to invest millions in the project. However, the Flamingo was plagued by financial mismanagement and escalating costs, soaring from an initial budget of $1.2 million to over $6 million. These mounting expenses, combined with Siegel's lavish lifestyle and unpredictable behavior, has strained his relationship with his mafia investors, including Lansky.
Because as long as you could pay off somebody or pay something somehow, that was satisfied him.
On the fateful night of June 20, 1947, Siegel was at his girlfriend's home in Beverly Hills home. An unknown assailant approached the house and fired through the window with a .30 caliber military M1 carbine. The bullets struck Siegel multiple times, including twice in the head, ending the life of the notorious mobster instantly. The precision of the attack suggested careful planning and a professional execution. Siegel's lifeless body was found lying on the floor with bullet holes in the window behind him. The immediate aftermath of the assassination was meticulously orchestrated. Just minutes after Bugsy was slain, Lansky's associates Mo Sedway, Gus Greenbaum, and Morris Rosen entered the Flamingo Hotel, effectively taking control of the property once and for all. This swift takeover ensured that the mob's interests in the hotel were protected and that operations continued without interruption. For the mob accountant, the incident highlights the ruthless pragmatism required to maintain control in the volatile world of organized crime. It gave him the reputation of a cold, calculating figure willing to make difficult choices to safeguard his established empire. While Lansky publicly expressed regret over Siegel's demise, it was clear that financial interests had ultimately dictated the outcome. The successful turnaround of the Flamingo Hotel under new management validated the decision to eliminate Bugsy, reinforcing Lansky's image as a strategic mastermind in organized crime. In the years following Siegel's passing, Lansky's criminal empire continued to flourish, extending its reach across international borders, with significant interests in Cuba, the Bahamas, and London. Lansky's mastery of intricate financial systems and money laundering through a network of offshore accounts made him a formidable figure that is seemingly untouchable by law enforcement.
First-hand testimony from witnesses who had seen Lansky beat up somebody or participate in beating up people. So they had a lot of stuff from the 20s and 30s which had Lansky actually doing a bunch of things.
However, the great mob accountant was by no means invincible, and his fortune began to wane in the 1970s. Tax evasion charges in 1970 led him to seek refuge in Israel, hoping to utilize the law of return for protection. Despite his considerable efforts, Lansky was denied permanent residency due to his criminal past and was deported back to the U.S. This triggered a series of legal challenges for Lansky as authorities intensified their efforts to prosecute him. Despite several indictments and trials, Lansky managed to avoid significant prison time, largely due to his failing health and the government's inability to build a solid case against him. He lived out his remaining years in relative seclusion in Miami Beach, Florida, until his death on January 15, 1983, at the age of 80. Meyer Lansky, the enigmatic mob's accountant, leaves behind a legacy etched in the records of organized crime. His tale is a captivating saga of ambition, intellect, and an undying pursuit of power. His fingerprints are imprinted on the very fabric of the underworld, stretching from the gritty streets of New York to the glittering casinos of Havana and Las Vegas.
Thank you for watching. Drop your thoughts on this chilling story in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more daily true crime stories.